Here's the thing, though, if you're booked. Right now, you know you're going to get the ball back, right? So you need to start getting with your offensive lineman, getting with your receivers, saying this is what we're going to do in the 2-minute, because you know you got the 2-minute warning. You've got a couple of timeouts left.
Wolf here from our NFL Network studio. We'll get you right back to Lions-Chiefs, but you will not miss kickoff of Bills and Steelers. That game kicks in 7 minutes. Until then, we'll send you back to Kansas City.
Keep it on the ground, and that's terrific defense. They bring down Jake Funk. It's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Swazi Bozeman, 55. One of the Chiefs in on the stop. Timeout on the field. Andy Reid uses a timeout. Trying to preserve some clock. He's got to think that worst case scenario for the Lions, they'll get 3. And so the Chiefs are going to need time to respond.
Well, that would be huge by the defense. They can hold them to 3, make it a 1-point game. Then all of a sudden, if you're booking the offense, you just need to get in the field goal range, which as opposed to trying to get into the end zone.
And so, with Harrison Butker, you basically get it near midfield. You got a shot.
Yep.
Huge play here for the Chiefs defense. 3rd and goal. Knight in it, running back for the Lions. He's to the left of Hooker.
What a turn of events.
Wow. The defense comes up with the stop. Truman Jones comes out of there with the football. Turnover for the Lions this afternoon. Just 1 turnover for the Chiefs. A lot of happy guys on that sideline. Was not the case a few minutes ago.
Well, we've had an entertaining game.
We sure have. Everyone's got their money's worth.
Yes, a lot of stuff. Turnovers, touchdown passes, behind-the-back passes, special teams plays, defensive plays. We've had the excitement.
And the Lions use a timeout. They'll have 1 left. Keep in mind they'll get a freebie at the 2-minute warning. Chiefs clinging to a 2-point lead.
Well, without a first down, there's going to be a lot of time left with 1 more timeout and the 2-minute warning. So
yeah, they're going to, if the Chiefs want to ice the game, they're going to need a first down on one of the next 2 plays.
Or the big leg of Ariza to hit one to the other end of the field, which he has the ability to do.
Oh, yes, he does.
Which he has the ability to do, but he's going to be on that back line. He's going to have his heels on the back line if they don't get some separation from their own goal line here.
Booking the shotgun. Rolls out to his right. Man, he was just throwing that one away. Remigio was in the neighborhood. But now the clock stops with 2:04, so that's a free timeout for the Lions.
Yeah, you wonder if that would be the call in the regular season. I think there it's just trying to give Book an opportunity. And
Colleen Wolf here from NFL Network in Los Angeles. We will keep you updated on the ending of Lions and Chiefs. But now let's send it out to Pittsburgh. KDKA, Bob Pompiani, and Charlie Batch on the call.
Buffalo won the toss, I should say, and they have deferred. So now we're going to see the dynamic kickoff, Charlie. We talked a lot about this last week. Your thoughts about what you saw in the first week of this?
It's different for sure, but you have to applaud the NFL for trying something different, trying to bring this play back into the air.
With Russell Wilson having that opportunity now at quarterback. First time we've seen him. Again, he's been slowed with that calf injury. Van Jefferson is in the game opposite George Pickens, and Pickens has really done a really good job, I thought, up at training camp specifically. Najee Harris in the backfield for Russell Wilson. Arthur Smith loves to run that football. They like to pound it. They got Zach Frazier at center, and he will be there tonight. Nate Herbert there by Greg Rousseau, and he's a guy who just picked up their 5th-year option. He came in.
When you look at Big Gregory, this guy's 6'6", 266 out of Miami, 4th year. Nice play there.
So that's an 11-yard loss. And here we go with Cameron Johnston now. He is going to be punting, and he makes some contact there, but nothing is called. Daquan Hardy is back. Hardy out of Penn Hills High School. Gets across the 40 or about the 43. We have a flag on the play. That's a 49-yard punt, a 10-yard return for Hardy. And we'll see what it is.
This one's here right in the area. Blocking the back here should be on Buffalo.
During the return, illegal.
Colleen Wolfe here again from NFL Network. We have the Chiefs and the Lions on the left, and we have the Bills and the Steelers on the right. We're going to let you see the end of these final 2 minutes here in Kansas City, and we'll just stay right here with any updates. We'll let you know what happens.
7th year as head coach for the Bills.
Number was 80.
Well, welcome back to
Allen.
Pittsburgh. That's right. Josh Allen was to Buffalo. And once again, pre-snap penalty right there. So Trubisky.
It's my delay. My delay.
That's tough right there because Buffalo, they went to run the play, and now they're going to have to call another play because defensively the Steelers know exactly what they're trying to do here.
There you see Josh Allen. We expected, as I said, to see him. Two-time Pro Bowler. And the guy was really developed into one of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Keon Coleman and Mac Hollins are in the game wide receiving for Mitch Trubisky. James Cook, very reliable running back. This one goes to Hollins. Hollins, it's a couple of yards there for Nick Herbig, and others are there. Let's go down to Missy Matthews on the field right now. Missy.
Hey guys, well, we thought we'd have a chance to see T a great record when he's not in the lineup for them. They are 1-11 when you count the playoff loss to the Bills last season. They know how much he means to him, and even in 2022, the Steelers went 1-6. Back to you.
No question, it could be very well be because it was raining on this field earlier. So Watt, who was out here going through the pregame, Charlie, and maybe that applies to Josh Allen as well.
It could be. We were expecting everybody to play, but either way, if your number's called, you have to go out there and make plays. You can see Shakir right there. He's a 5'11" guy at Boise State, 3rd year. He's just trying to solidify that slot position, and he sets up a manageable 3rd down here for Buffalo.
He's a terrific young kid, Khalil Shakir, and he had touchdown passes against the Steelers and the Chiefs in their playoff games from 1 year ago. So got in quickly with that speed of his. He gets the sack. That's a 7-yard loss, and it will force a Buffalo punt.
Big play right there.
Trying to win it here with a field goal, and we're going to listen in as we switch over the audio on the left to Lions and Chiefs.
For a chance to win the game. And he takes it over to the left hash mark.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
So the Lions will use their final timeout. And it's all up to Jake Bates at this point. All right, so here we go. From 43 yards, Jake Bates to win it for the Lions. And the Detroit Lions win the game on the final play of the game as Bates delivers a victory for the Lions. You see smiles on the face there from both teams. We saw a lot of great things today. Obviously, the Chiefs will be disappointed in the loss, but as you said, there's a lot of good work today.
Well, and that's the thing. We started off this broadcast talking about last week, and it's not always about winning and losing. Obviously, you'd like to win every game. That goes without saying. But there were a lot of positive.
First series did not go so well. There was some pressure at the end that forced a pass. George Pickens remains in the game. Second series for him. Broderick Jones. And Charlie, I want to get your take now. Troy Fautanu is not going to be playing here, so that means Broderick's back on the right side, even though most expect him to be on the left side when the season starts.
That's what people anticipated. Big Dan Moore, he's on the left side, number 65, so we'll see how this rotation goes.
Is there to make that one. It's a gain of 4 yards. And again, it'll set up a situation where the Steelers have to do something on 4th down, and this time it's going to be a field goal attempt by Chris Boswell, who we did not see last week.
You can see the fans a little upset right there. They wanted Russell to push the ball down the field, but understanding the circumstances right there. All you needed was 5 yards to get into field goal range. Russell was able to find it, and it sets it up for Boswell here.
52 yards on this attempt by Boswell. Johnston, the holder. This kick is up, and it is no good as it clangs off the upright. Had plenty of leg on it. And that's his first opportunity. Last week, you might recall, there was a high snap by Christian Kuntz that led to a missed field goal by Matt Wright. So this one no good. Good kick, however. It just was right on the goal line, or on the up goal post, I should say, and so it goes no good.
Yeah, it was a good snap by Kuntz there. Hold was good. Boswell just pushed it to the left.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a word from the Steelers Hall of Honor.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Honor Museum.
Now this is the best era.
I couldn't agree more. Those teams were unstoppable.
The teams were really good in the 90s.
Come on, you couldn't catch those teams of the 2000s. Literally.
The 70s were the best.
No way, the 2000s.
Whoa, stop fighting. I think every era was pretty sweet.
You said it, kid. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
Wait, your T?
Yes, indeed. And this year, Hall of Honor, the class will include Willie Parker, Casey Hampton, Jason Gilden, and the one and only Dick LeBeau. What a good class there. Trubisky still in the game. Handoff, and this right off the bat is the big one for Ray Davis. And we have a holding call, it looks like, on Buffalo there. But Davis is a rookie, fourth-round pick.
Offense number 83. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That's on Trey McKitty, just checked into the game. Big tight end out of Georgia. Third-round pick a couple years ago with the Chargers.
Working his way on the inside. He just pulls Mark Robinson, number 93, in the middle right there. Sometimes you look back and say, why was the hole so huge? That's the reason why, whenever your defender is getting held in the manner that Mark Robinson was right there.
McKitty is one of those guys just hoping to hang on in a practice squad if he can, because you're there with Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox. They have very talented guys at the tight end position. So now it's 1st and 20 for Trubisky, and makes a big gainer right there for the Buffalo Bills. That's 27 yards on the connection to another tight end.
One-on-one right there. See Davison, he's out of Central Missouri, first year. He's one-on-one with Elliott. He's able to beat him on a corner route.
Monte KZ, who came in low and got him, but Johnson gets a good 5 yards on that play.
KZ, he's not afraid to put his hat in the pile. No hesitations, able to come up, make a tackle. Last year, 61 tackles, 2 interceptions, and he's looking to be part of that rotation when they go to that down package.
And one of those was that controversial hit that got him suspended for a little bit. All right, 2nd down and 4. Ty Johnson still in the game at running back. They fake it to him. Slant pattern goes to Keon Coleman and could not hang on. Trubisky tried to split the difference there. Jalen Elliott was in the vicinity, as well as Darius Rush.
That's going to be one right here on the teaching tape. The safety could have easily went up high. He realizes, hey, that's a penalty. He's trying to lower his trajectory.
Reset the game clock to 2:16.
And not hit to the head neck injury. That's one right there. That is great coaching on the defensive side of the ball, realizing how that bang-bang play could potentially be a penalty.
8th play of the drive for the Buffalo Bills. Scoreless game in Pittsburgh as we approach the 2-minute warning. Here's Trubisky now throwing, trying to go into a very small window. Elliott was back there, as well as Peyton Wilson, and Morris was completely covered. He tried to get it in there, Charlie, and goes to the ground, so they'll get a field goal opportunity.
He is, and right there, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but Trubisky was not able to push off on that foot. He's limping off the sideline. So I would be surprised if Trubisky continues in his game in the manner that he walked off that field.
All right, Tyler Bass in. His 84% field goal career miss kick against Kansas City in the playoffs, which was a tough one for him, but he's bounced back from that. So Buffalo is on the board first, 3-0 with 2:10 left. More on Peyton Wilson. Let's go down to Missy Matthews.
Well, guys, you've talked a lot about number 41, Peyton Wilson. He got a little love in North Carolina. The mayor of Raleigh surprised him at a bowl game practice to declare December 19th, 2023, Peyton Wilson Day to recognize his standout season for NC State. Of course, as you guys probably expect, Peyton Wilson said couldn't have done it without his coaches and teammates. Back to you.
Yeah, great to see that. A guy who's had to earn everything that he's gotten He's still in that mode right now, even though he's a pick for them. They're expecting some nice things in year number 1. So the Steelers are going to be back now with J.R. Plumlee, the 4th-string quarterback, who's gotten some work not only in special teams but also in wide receiving drills up there in St. Vincent College. And LaMichael Pirine will be back deep to take this kick by Tyler Bass. And again, it has to land in that landing zone from the 20 to the goal line. If not, it automatically goes to the 40. Danny Steelers will have 2:04 to get something going here offensively, and there hasn't been much. The last drive was in position after a turnover by Miles Killebrew. Made an interception of Mitch Trubisky and to set up a field goal, but Boswell hit the upright from 52.
That's Danny Smith. You can see him chewing off about 10 pieces of bubble gum right there, something that he's known for. But when you look at Plumlee, he's trying to do it the most. He's on the roster as a quarterback, didn't play last week, and he's just trying to figure out where he fits. He had 2 returns for 42 yards last week, and he's looking to build on that on the return that he just had.
Justin Fields in the game for the final 2 minutes of this one. He's going to show you his ability to make things happen with his legs. Pump fakes. Gets some yards there, but was looking downfield. Everybody was covered. Joe Andreessen, who's been very good here tonight, number 44, as we hit the 2-minute warning. So Fields comes in after Russell Wilson largely played most of this first half. We'll talk about his first
5 yards on the play. Now back out to Pittsburgh.
Fake to Champlin, and he's trying to run some sort of option play, and there's not much there, and it goes out of bounds. Steelers only have 1 timeout left. They took one. They lost a challenge as well.
Read option right there. You see the defensive end collapse and thinking the outside, but linebacker is able to penetrate over to top. Not much there, is able to get out of bounds. They're in a 2-minute drill essentially as 1:48 is on the clock. So this 3rd down is critical for them to continue on this drive.
Champlin remains in the game in the backfield. Pat Fryer moves now. Moves to the left side of the line, and Fields trying to get a first down and extend this and come away with some points in the first half. Under pressure, fires low, and it goes incomplete, and good coverage right there in the secondary by Kendall Williamson. And it will set up a 4th down situation. And, you know, they lost a lot of guys in this secondary, and some all-pro guys. Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. They have a whole new cast of characters back there.
I'm just watching Broderick Jones on the right side. He gets beat on the inside.
The game clock to 1:43. Thank you.
Too much pressure. Even though you realize it's a passing situation, you got to do a better job of firming up the protection.
All right, so Johnston's been one of the stars of this game. 49 yards, 61 yards, 65 yards, 64 yards on his 4 punts. And Daquan Hardy has been backpedaling a lot tonight. This time he comes up on it, takes it at the 26-yard line, and he is hit immediately right there by Mark Washington, who comes in like a torpedo. 45 yards on the kick. Good coverage by Robinson. And that sets a tone for special teams, no doubt.
Wow, just trying to make a play. That's how you catch the coach's attention. Make plays on special teams. Mark Robinson. He's been around for a number of years. He's trying to continue to make a mark, but not much you can do with the signing of Patrick Queen there. Last week he had 5 tackles, but when you look back on the 2023 season, he had 30 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. And this is a former running back that was converted to linebacker. So he's still raw as it relates to his talent.
DiNucci comes here, of course, after playing golf last week, and they needed a quarterback because Shane Buechele, the son of Steve Buechele, Pirate fans remember him. He hurt his neck, so he's on IR, and DiNucci comes here. He was once drafted by Dallas back in the day. Hasn't had all that much experience, but we'll see what he could do. He won a WPIAL championship here also. Before he went to Pitt, then James Madison, and here he is rolling. Didn't have much time to study the playbook. He's trying to get out of bounds, pursued by Martravius Adams, and he does.
What better first game for you to have to come back home when you're sitting at home and you have a chance to receive that phone call and have a chance to come out here. Of course, he wants to make a mark.
Yeah, he's trying to do that. He lost his job here originally to Kenny Pickett when he was at Pitt. He transferred to James Madison, had one of his better seasons with 29 touchdowns, 71 completion. Got a chance with the Dallas Cowboys. He's gone to the XFL. He's just trying to keep the dream alive. Now the Steelers will get a chance on offense.
He goes to the right read. Just a little short right there.
Great job. Of Buffalo was injured. This is an automatic charge timeout for Buffalo. There is no timeout for Pittsburgh.
So Mike Tomlin gets his challenge back, or gets his timeout back. He's going to have 2 timeouts, 1:11 left, as Buffalo is going to set up for a punt situation. So now Justin Fields will have an opportunity here to run a 2-minute drill, assuming what happens with Calvin Austin on his return.
Your thoughts about what you saw from Russell Wilson?
But not much.
3 sacks on this.
Clock to 117, which is the time of the injury. Thank you.
3 sacks. When you look at his numbers, 8 for 10, 47 yards. But I think when you look at it from a whole, offensively, they weren't able to get much going outside of the short field that the defense was able to create with Miles Killebrew on his interception. So I know he's going to be a little frustrated that way, that he wasn't able to pick more points up for this offense, and we'll hear those sound bites at the end of the game. But I think overall, just to kind of get that rust off of him based off how he started training camp to where he is now, it was good to see him out here.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the big point of this whole thing. He hasn't had a chance to do it. Now he has, and at least you know that calf is okay from what we have seen, and then you can take it from there.
So with the competitor in you want to put points on the board, right? And that's just something that, for him to be out here, get back into the groove of things. But you only have 1 more preseason. Remember that they went from 4 preseason games down to 3. So you got to figure out how much and which game you're going to play the most. So we don't know if how much he's going to play next week as they go on the road to Detroit.
So this injury looks like it's far more serious than what we originally thought here. Now you see Josh Allen. And of course, Damar Hamlin is all too familiar with this sort of stuff. Back in 2023 in Cincinnati, cardiac arrest, and boy, what a comeback he's made, and he's raised a lot of money to help people in the same situation.
We can't tell from our angle exactly what the injury is, because everybody's around him, so we can't give you that view.
But because of the 3 and out now, the Steelers will have an opportunity here. Their defense came up once again. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and he's trying to make this team after once being a really good player with Green Bay, a 5th-round pick, went to Kansas City. He actually has a couple of Super Bowl rings, but he got something happen to him. And clearly in pain, number 81. But again, they lost some firepower on receiving, Charlie, most notably Stephon Diggs. And if you look at just the people they've lost altogether, they got to make up a lot of ground. For example, Gabe Davis went for free agency. Deontay Hardy, they left combined 241 targets are gone from last year, so they're going to have to make that up somehow, some way, and that's one of the reasons why Scantling came here.
And they're counting on him. 6'4", runs a 4.3 in the second. With the referees as they get together, what they're going to call. It's going to be on Buffalo here.
Number 80 of the kicking team went out of bounds voluntarily. This is a 5-yard penalty, which will be added to the end of the play. It's first down, Pittsburgh.
That was Tyrell Shavers, one of their wide receivers on special teams. So he runs out of bounds, gives the Steelers a little bit more yardage to work with here with 1:07 left in this first half.
He's trying to plead his case, and he's saying, I didn't run out of bounds, and the coach is sitting right there saying, yes, you did. That's going to be on the coaching tape, at least for the Buffalo.
From Kyle Allen, they keep the clock going. 2nd down for Fields and company.
Nice first down starter there.
Again, working the sidelines now, and he goes. Scotty Miller makes that reception, steps out of bounds. And that's the most important thing here, trying to conserve as much time, at least get into field goal range, 6 yards on that catch.
That is it, Scotty Miller. He's been around. He played in Tampa, has a Super Bowl ring there. Last week he had 3 catches, 47 yards. First catch here tonight.
P. Ryan trying to spin away, cannot do it, and I would imagine they're going to take a timeout here.
No, they're going to keep the clock moving.
Joe Andreessen once again on the bottom of that pile. Well, they don't take it.
But they want to see him develop in the pocket, but not take away those natural instincts with his running ability, something that he proved right there.
Yeah, it's good to have the 1 timeout left because he had it. Then all of a sudden he did not get out of bounds. I think he was trying to, but he also knew he had that 1 timeout. So here we go now with 12 seconds left. Arthur Smith looking into that playbook to come up with something here, and now we're going to have a timeout by Buffalo.
Timeout, Buffalo. Their 2nd of the half. 30-second timeout.
And this is where you have right here conversation with the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. Hey, what are you looking for right here? 12 seconds, no timeouts. You can't have no sacks, no penalties. You have to throw that ball away. If the ball is completed in the middle of the field, the clock is going to run out. You may not have time to spike the ball to set up a field goal. So Justin Fields has to be smart in this situation.
We've seen a lot of underneath stuff here again this week, although last week they did have 8 passing plays, 15 yards or more. 5 of them went for over 20 yards down the field, and that's something that I think Arthur Smith would love to incorporate more down the field, especially in the middle of the field. We have not seen that over the last couple of years, and it's a big part, especially when you got big guys in the middle like Freiermuth and Darnell Washington. And now they'll make way for Chris Boswell, who missed one earlier from 52. They just wanted more yardage there, but it's important that they get it and get out of bounds, and Scotty Miller did that.
You're able to take advantage of that soft coverage on the outside, roll out to the right. He's able to deliver the football, get out of bounds, create a more manageable field goal situation and see if the Steelers can tie it up here at the half.
Jair Elam was there defensively. He had a couple of picks against the Steelers last year, one of them in the playoff game, so he was looking for one there. 43-yard attempt coming up.
Timeout, Buffalo.
And Buffalo decides to take another one.
30-second timeout.
So they're trying. I don't know if they're trying to. They're using their timeout just because you can't freeze him. It doesn't count. He's a veteran. He's been through this before.
He's an 87% field goal kicker on his career. Last year, 93%. But he missed one today. So if you're Sean McDermott, you're going to sit back and say, you want to know what? Hey, let's see if we can freeze him just for the heck of it.
But Boswell, I think everyone knows how reliable he is. Signed a big contract. Bass had one earlier of 27. Boswell counters with this one with 3 seconds left in the first half.
That's one of those, at least in the preseason, Bos will look over, kind of smile, say, freezing me doesn't work. But when you miss the first one, he's just like, you want to know what? Let me go ahead and walk off the field.
It's important to get these snaps. There's some new guy in town, a holder, too. I mean, you want to get as many of those as you can. And we saw last week, you know, it was a high snap. And that stuff has to be worked out. It's almost like the quarterback exchange with the center.
Yes, it is. And those all, no matter how much you work on in the offseason, until you get in stadiums with a pass rush, that's when it counts. And last week they weren't able to deliver because of the high snap. And then all of a sudden here they were able to respond with the second field goal.
Scoring drive presented by Kia. 7 plays, 46 yards. Boswell with the field goal to tie it up. So we have 3 seconds left here with the dynamic kick before we go to halftime.
Offense has been tough to come by, along with Gerald McCoy, David Carr. I'm Colleen Wolfe. The defenses, they've been holding it down for these first 2 quarters. But we did get to see Russell Wilson. That was the headline of this game, that he would start. And then they brought in Justin Fields the final 2 minutes. But, David, what did you see from Russell Wilson? Because I saw a lot of sacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of what we kind of expected was going to happen. You know, with Russ, he's a veteran quarterback that can't really move like he used to be able to move. Ran over in that situation. They really couldn't get much going. And so when you can't get much going and you're not really making a lot of splash plays, I was kind of more excited to see Justin Fields, honestly, especially in this offense, the way they're set up.
Yeah, for sure. What separates them in this QB competition is Justin Fields' mobility. You bring him in for a 2-minute drive. You've seen what you got to see last week, but now bring him in for a 2-minute drive, see what he can do. And what separates these two is when he gets in trouble, he can beat you with his feet. And you see right here, he got in the open field, got a long run, and then they had one more play. Let's see what we can do a little bit, but what they thinking. They might have tipped us a little bit to what they thinking. I don't know.
It's Arthur Smith, too. You know, offensively, he's going to want to run the ball. That's what he did in Atlanta. So Justin just lends that himself to that.
The Buffalo Bills, after spending most of his career here in Pittsburgh. Ben DiNucci will remain in the game. Of course, he won a championship at Pine Richland. Eric Kasparovich was his coach back in 2014, and here he is now with an opportunity because of the injury last week to Shane Buechele to get a chance here. And we'll see what number 15 can do against the Steeler defense, which has been pretty good here tonight. A lot of draft picks this year for Buffalo. Ryan Watts.
Timeout for injury.
Is the man who made the tackle right there. We have an injury right there, and that is Peyton Wilson.
Please reset the game clock to 14:08. Thank you.
Don't want to see him injured. He's had his share of injuries throughout his career, and that's one of the reasons why he was available for the Steelers, and he's been active in this preseason.
He really has. He's had a strong camp. You hate to see anybody with an injury right there, and hopefully things aren't too serious as he's being checked on by the medical staff for the Steelers.
Butkus Bednarik Award winner. Look at the right side of your screen and you'll see him being held there, and his leg, his right leg, seems to get caught underneath. Was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year as well. And he is up. So hopefully it's okay. Doc Bradley leading the medical staff up there on the field.
Definitely a good sign with him jogging off the field, but I don't know if Dr. Bradley will let him out of his sights. He did not let go of that arm. You can see, like, no, get off of me, but you have to be checked out. He's going to go into the blue tent. Hopefully it's not too serious.
Jaylen Warren left earlier with a hamstring. We haven't gotten an update on him yet. Ray Davis remains in the game. That's a gain of 8 yards and a first down.
See Buffalo just trying to control the line of scrimmage. They had some success early within this drive off the right-hand side, and you can see just another gash by the Buffalo offense, able to pick up a first down.
There's Kyler McMichael, undrafted in Tampa Bay 3 years ago, trying to hang on here if he can, and Davis again goes to the outside here. McMichael is there and grabs him up there, and they're going to throw a flag for what could be a horse collar tackle, it appears, from here. Buffalo wanted it, and they got that call over there at the sidelines.
McMichael, he's right there. He's able to push him out to the sideline. Didn't necessarily need the last grab. And when that happens to the Buffalo side, of course, they're already
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense number 42. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. It's a first down.
Here it is.
Coming right to the outside, bouncing it. Here to the outside, it spills to the corner. He has the sideline to his advantage right there. That wasn't much of it. It looks like he tries to let go, but I think just that initial tug is what caused it. And of course, when actually tackling in 11-on-11 when they were in Latrobe.
Now we have some movement there. That's going to be, it would appear, on Buffalo, because Ryan Van DeMark seemed to move.
Steelers are able to catch a break here with the false start.
Offense number 84. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Peyton Wilson also now is headed from the blue tent into the locker room. So, again, post-game, we'll have that for you. Hear what Mike Tomlin has to say about the injuries. Jaylen Warren with a hamstring. You never know about those hamstrings. But hopefully it's positive news there.
We hope so. I'm thinking it could have been a little bit more on that play there. Spencer Anderson, 74. Running off the right side there, they're able to pick up 5 yards.
Andreessen and Deion Jones made the tackle there, and Deion Jones is a guy who once was given a $57 million contract after he made a Pro Bowl in 2017 with Atlanta. So he's a veteran who's been through this before. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup by Shark, that one. And again, showing the legs.
Just making things work. He's nothing down the field. They're trying to work a pylon route. Nothing to the left. He's coming back to the right. Realizes nothing there. Open field. Tucks the ball. Delivers. And that's what I talked about. Mike Tomlin does not want to take that athleticism away from him. Go out there and do what you do. He can run the football.
Jack Collette is in the game now, the fullback for the Steelers. And we have some movement right there. By the way, Field so far is 5 rushes for 41 yards in this game.
False start. Offense number 66. This is a 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
Mason McCormick is the guilty party right there.
Wow, I really thought that one was on the defense. I was going to give Justin Fields credit for that hard snap count. But the official saw something different down there. Wow.
All right, Patterson's back in the game now as he lines up. 2 side.
You see something they like right there as they're able to just run off to the left-hand side.
All right, so the Steelers have now 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line as LaMichael Pirine. Almost 7 minutes on this drive. Rodney Williams comes into the game, number 87. And so does Aaron Shamkling now, who started the third quarter here. He's given way to a couple of guys. He's back in there. Williams in motion now. Fields looking over the middle, finding nobody, rolling right, still looking. He's going to have to go out of bounds, and he does. Good coverage there by the Buffalo secondary. He didn't have many options. 2 yards on the game.
Yes, it was. It was absolutely nobody open downfield. He was just able to find a running lane. He thought about sliding and realized that I have to work my way out of bounds. Best drive of the day for the Steelers here.
Yep. So far, Watkins and Miller into the game now. Left side. Michael Pruitt is, which will set up a fourth down now.
Fourth down.
First big decision here for Tomlin.
Makes the stop.
First big decision for Tomlin here. That call let me know, hey, he was thinking about going for it on fourth down. That's why you run the football there. And right there, the decision's already made. Tomlin is going for it here on a fourth down, 4th and 2.
Well, you have the asset of knowing that Justin Fields can turn the corner and make things happen if something is carried. And we got a team. What do you like?
It's going to be a run option. This has been working all night for Justin Fields here. Allow him to make the best decision. If you're thinking about running pass option, if you don't, they corral the box, then you can go ahead and check alert to a pass.
All right, so Fields in the shotgun. Michael, his coach, his special guest, walk the runway to raise money for UPMC Sports Medicine Concussion Program, Cancer Bridges, and the Chuck Noll Foundation. It is a great night. You'll love it. Get your tickets now at Steelers.com/Steelers-style. So the Steelers tried to convert on 4th and 2. They're stuffed, lose 8. Darrington Evans is in the backfield for the Buffalo Bills as they take over now, and the Steelers turned away. Should update, Anthony Averett has a hamstring injury, so he won't be back. Peyton Wilson being evaluated for a concussion, and Jalen Warren also with a hamstring, left early in this game.
That's something you definitely don't want to see in preseason game with these injuries, but they're starting to mount up for the Steelers.
A.J. Hamler back in the game now for Ben DiNucci, a quarterback out of Pine.
Anticipating blitz. If they hit the quick screen. Nothing like going a 1-yard route and picks up 10.
Hamler was his first 3 pro catches came against the Steelers. He was actually really highly thought of coming out of Penn State, a 2nd-round pick in Denver, but he's had all sorts of injuries, from a torn ACL, hamstring, a pec injury, and that's Tyler Matakevich is now down on his knee. So we'll take a break. 6-3 the score, 31 seconds left, third quarter. Steelers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Back here at Acrisure Stadium, Tyler Matakevich is up and about. Look like having an ant. And a lot of these guys have been around. A 14-yard gain as he turned the corner.
This is the end of the third quarter.
We have reached the end of 3. Still no touchdowns in this game. It's been defense and field goal dominated. 6-3 Bills after 3. Reception. Also a good choice there. The Steel Football says the Johnston 65-yard punt. He's been one of the big names of this game. He has been awfully good. They brought him over in free agency after they parted company there with Presley Harvin. Frank Gore's son, but he's come a long way from Southern Miss, and now he has an opportunity here after his father spent 16 years in the NFL.
You talk about hidden names. Frank Gore, 3rd leading rusher in the National Football League history, and here he is now. I have the opportunity to watch his son. He's out of Southern Mississippi, rookie. He's 5'7", and he runs a 4.7, but he has that same stature as his father.
It's another call. There's a pre-snap penalty, be a false start, I believe, on Buffalo. We have 16,000 yards for Frank
before the snap.
Gore Sr.
False start by the offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
That was on Alec Anderson, number 70. But, man, you talk about all those yards, and he's done it with a bunch of different teams.
Right.
But, man, that's Hall of Fame material, I think, there, isn't it?
That's how you know you've been around a long time when you start seeing people's sons that you play with in the National Football League in the league at this point. It's a beautiful thing.
9 to 30 yards. He's getting a good look here in the fourth quarter of this game, which Buffalo leads 6-3.
They're content just handing the football off because they realize they're getting 3-4 yards a pop. The Steelers defensive front has to step up to the equation because now they are approaching field goal range. Of course, Buffalo's looking to put 7 points on the board. the defense for the Steelers, they have to have that bend, not break mentality.
Evans up the middle. We see Cam Sutton in the game now, number 20. We saw him last week. Of course, he's going to be suspended for the first 8 games of the season. But Cam Sutton's a guy they're going to really hope to help them in the secondary.
Been around a long time. 8 years out of Tennessee. He spent the majority of his career here. Spent 1 year in Detroit. And he knows he's that Swiss Army knife. He can bring everything to the equation, but unfortunately, he's not going to get opportunities early.
The Buffalo run game, and Evans is feeling it. A gain of 10 yards right there, another first down.
That was way too much right there.
Jacob Slade came at the very end to make that tackle, but he got away from a couple of people, including Sutton right there.
That offensive line for Buffalo, they were able to get the double team, work their way up to the second level. That's what's creating those run gaps that you're seeing for the Bills right now.
Once again, it's Evans. He's going to try to get back to the inside after trying to the outside. Couldn't do it. Ryan Watts, once again, who's been active defensively, the 6th-round pick out of Texas for the Steelers. And they like what he's been able to show so far. Remember, the practice squad, Charlie, up to 16 people, and that includes 6 veterans now. So you can, you don't have to be a young player to get on it.
Not at all. And I think when you look at where Ryan Watts had 4 tackles last week, played college at Ohio State and Texas, and they want to see what he's capable of bringing to the equation because he's kind of that tweener between the safety and the corner.
Benucci now with a rare pass on this drive. He's going to go to Terrell Shavers, and Shavers gets about 4 yards on that play. Gore had checked back into the game, and they had pretty much run almost exclusively here in this second half.
That's one of those ones where they start bringing everybody into the box. You have one-on-one on the outside. You're saying, hey, there's no sense of running when there's an extra defender. Let's throw it out there, see if we can make the corner miss on that little quick now.
72 at the bottom of that pile, so it'll set up a 4th down. And another opportunity for field goals, which has been the story of this game.
I actually thought Buffalo was going to go for it right there to try to extend the lead, at least put 7 points on the board, but they're settling for the field goal here.
So Tyler Bass has made one from 27, from 26, and this will be another relatively easy one for him. 31. 4th quarter of this football game. Steelers go to work. And TJ, that interview was sponsored by Ticketmaster, the official marketplace of the NFL. Grab your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers. And you saw during that interview that Deion Kane was called for illegal formation. They had to get nice yardage there. First time we've called his name tonight. That's a gain of 12 and a first down before D. Delaney wraps him up.
Running the play action here to the right. Nothing there initially on his first read, but Justin's able to get his eyes down the field, find the crosser, and Fitzpatrick's able to deliver. Last week, 1 catch, 34 yards. He's been with the Steelers over the last 18 months. He was on a practice squad in uniform only once. His teammates love him, and you hope that he continues to get the opportunity, but with a loaded receiver room in that manner, that's one of those as a quarterback. When you have one not go your way, you're like, well, you want to know what? Whew, that didn't happen. Now you have to make the defense pay. Nice job setting his feet, delivering the out route to the right.
But you know Daquan Hardy's from Penn Hills. He probably has a whole bunch of people here tonight.
No doubt.
He's been active in the return game. Was a 6th-round pick this year. And he had a couple of punt returns for touchdowns when he played for Penn State against UMass. I think 2 in 1 game. So he's electrifying that way. But that would have been, I'm sure you would have heard the crowd at Penn. Deuce Watts is the receiver. All right, let's take a look at the backup wide receivers here that we have going, and this is opposite of George Pickens, Western Pennsylvania's Chevy dealers. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. Quez Watkins, Des Fitzpatrick, Deuce Watts, who you just saw, Jeray Jenkins, and TJ Luther, who was just brought here, so he's kind of a newcomer to it. But Watkins is the guy who's had experience, although last week with that mistake he had. I don't know how much that's going to hurt him, but we'll see in the final roster maneuvers. Chance of his touchdown run, so again, a guy who's motivated to get something going here. Played his college ball at Georgia and won 2 championships down there.
Nothing there initially. He was able to get out of the arm tackle, keep his feet moving, as he was able to pick up 8 yards on the play.
Steelers looking to not only get a sustained drive, but maybe a touchdown here to win this game. They trail by 6. All field goals in this one. Sokol in motion. Fields under center. Play action. Drops straight back, looking down the field, has a receiver, and he overthrows his intended receiver, T.J. Luther, who we just talked about. From Gardner-Webb was just brought here, and he had his man. He was open, and he overthrew it.
It was the correct read. Safety comes out of the field off the play action. Typically, they were throwing that corner route. Sees his guy in the middle of the field, just not able to connect on the throw. That's one that Justin Field wishes he had back.
Yeah, that was the play that was there to be made. Not much you can do as a receiver there.
There's one there as Justin reviews that. Instead of putting it on the rope, put it up and let his receiver run underneath it.
And now we have a false start again as Fields pulled away
by the
ahead of the snap.
Everybody but the center. 5-yard penalty.
Everybody but the center. Now, he took one out of his dad's playbook there, didn't he?
Right.
That's Ed Hockey. That's Sean. The son learned from the dad. That's the right call. Everybody did move.
It is the right call. So if everybody else is moving, that means obviously the communication with the center didn't go the way you wanted it.
It's Ryan McCollum in at center. Defense rises to the occasion. That's a 2-yard loss on the play. A very nice play by their front. As well.
Flow strong. Steelers weren't able to pick up with it, but that's one really, if you have to come back talking to your offensive coordinator when you're watching film, you say, if I'm ever in that third and short situation, am I able to quarterback sneak it to pick up an easier first down?
Yeah, that seemed to be the logical call for that. Plus, you had 2 downs to do it. Now here's a 4th down play, and it's Fields. And again, the whistle blows.
Before the snap, timeout, Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin didn't like the play clock as it ticked down.
Timeout.
The 2-minute warning, and you know Buffalo right now, they're going to attempt to run the football, bleed the clock.
Tell you what, Frank Gore has opened up some eyes here tonight. A gain of 8 yards. Originally, it was Julius Welshoff who had an opportunity to get him, number 48, and he missed.
Mike Tomlin, he was ready for the timeout. He was expecting the defense to make a stop here. Unfortunately, too much on first down. He was hoping maybe 1 or 2 yard gain, call that timeout, save some time. But here you are, 2nd and 2, 2:59. 1 timeout left in addition to the 2-minute warning. This is a drive right here. They cannot allow Buffalo to pick up this first down here. If that's the case, the Steelers are going to run out of time.
Again, a penalty flag goes, and another false start. We've seen a ton of false starts in this game.
This one here.
False start by the offense, number 65. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
So where Mike Tomlin was hoping he was going to be.
He set the game clock to 2:59.
After that first down play. 2nd and 7. Give Steelers life.
That's 4 false start penalties for Buffalo here. Steelers have had their share of mistakes as well from that point of view. So that's a big one after that big gain by Gore. So now it's 2nd and 7. Gore gets it again. This time, not much available compared to the last carry. That's only a gain of 2. And Logan Lee, the Steelers' 6th round pick, one of 2 this year, makes the play out of Iowa.
30-second timeout.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a word from the Pittsburgh Steelers Pro Shop.
Want to get gear direct from the team? Shop all things black and gold at the official Steelers Pro Shop located at Acrisure Stadium. Get the latest sideline apparel and hats, jerseys of your favorite players, authentic memorabilia, custom gear, and exclusives you can only find here. Don't forget, you aren't game day ready without a terrible towel. The Steelers Pro Shop has everything you need to be part of the legendary Steelers Nation. Come experience the Acrisure Stadium shopping environment or shop online at shop.steelers.com.
All right, that's a busy place on game day.
But you do have a flag on the play.
There's a flag, and I'm not so, it came in the backfield.
Could be roughing the passer. Let's see what they talk about. Roughing the passer, it's going to be a first down.
There is no foul on the play. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It's a turnover on downs. First down, Buffalo.
Yeah, they have now this new eye in the sky back in New York, and people could be watching, and instead of delaying it, the people back there see something, and they tell them, no, that's not what you think, pick up the flag or whatever. So bottom line is the Steelers have had a lot of opportunities here in this game, especially as they were in position to score points, and they couldn't come away with fourth down conversions.
Could not. And then we look back, you had the time, had the opportunity there, but when you give up a sack on first down, most times that's a drive killer. And the success rate on that particular drive is very low.
Yes, and Kingsley Jonathan is a guy who's been pretty active back there. He's a guy who made that sack, and he's also a guy who thought he was going to come to this country from Nigeria to play basketball. Was an NBA fan, but he's used his athleticism to, hopefully for him, get a chance on this Buffalo roster. In the meantime, down to the final seconds, and Ben DiNucci coming back to Pittsburgh. I'm sure he never thought that was possible. Not last week, he was playing golf and got a call from the Bills after they found out about Bouchel. And so he comes home, second half, gets it done. Russell Wilson, stats will say one thing, but there were 3 sacks involved. He was 8 for 10, 47 yards. But the Steelers have had trouble scoring points, especially in the red zone, and that's something they have to figure out. One more preseason game next Saturday afternoon. We'll be at Ford Field in Detroit to bring that one to you.
Tough break for the Steelers. Had opportunities tonight. A lot of them self-inflicting.
Mike Tomlin's not happy with the officials right here. Maybe he's talking about that call in the end, or wanted an explanation why, if there was a flag thrown, why it was picked up. Sean McDermott and Mike Tomlin go way back. Very good friends. We're back at William.
Var. Pudalva. குடிக்க பைசா கொடுக்காம ஒரு நாள் கூட குடிக்காம இருந்துட மாட்டா போல இருக்கு. ஹலோ ஆமா ஆமா ப்ரோ அது 4K சொன்னான் ப்ரோ. ஆமா 4K சொன்னா, நான் அது வேணா 3.5க்கு முடிச்சு தரேன் ப்ரோ. அந்த அக்கௌண்ட் 4K ப்ரோ. ப்ரோ பேசி பார்த்தனால தான் 3.5னா ஓகேன்னு சொன்னான் ஃபைனலா. சரி ஓகே, நீங்கள் டைம் வேணாலும் எடுத்து